She signed the stock transfer agreement and decided to take everything away from her husband, but he didn't know. His downfall started the moment he put those heels on another woman. Those were the limited edition heels he once bought for his wife. But that day, when she opened the door to her own studio, she saw her husband kneeling down, putting those same heels on his ex. That woman was his first love, Natalie Wells. When Emma walked in, Natalie didn't even try to hide. She leaned closer and whispered something just to provoke her, but her husband only frowned. He told Emma she was overreacting, and in that moment, whatever hope Emma had left for him was gone, because this wasn't the first time. Soon, Emma realized her studio had completely changed. Her husband gave her private studio to Natalie, and Natalie just destroyed her most precious paintings. One was the painting that marked the day they met. Another was the family portrait their daughter drew herself. Those were the memories Emma treasured the most. But to please Natalie, her husband even took away Emma's spot in the competition. Then he gave her most important clients to Natalie. And finally, just so Natalie could become the gallery's lead artist, he personally kicked his own wife out of the gallery, the one they built together for 7 years. That is when Emma finally got it. This man had completely erased everything she ever did for him. But what really got to her was what she overheard later that night after dinner. Her husband was talking to his sister. Even without her, I would have made it this far. She just painted a few pictures. 7 years of love, 7 years of sacrifice. To him, it was just something he could throw away in one sentence. Emma didn't argue. She didn't cry. She simply took off her wedding ring, dropped it into the wine glass in front of her, and walked away. From that moment on, she was no longer the wife who got abandoned. She was the one coming to take back everything. She contacted her husband's biggest business rival, Lucas Sterling. Then she transferred all 25% of her shares to him. At the same time, she reached out to the longtime employees who had always stood by her, because she knew she could build something that truly belonged to her again. Meanwhile, Natalie was still celebrating her victory. She even sent Emma a photo of her and the man together just to rub it in. But Natalie didn't know. That photo was exactly the evidence Emma needed. Emma handed it to her lawyer and prepared the strongest weapon for the upcoming divorce settlement. But her husband still believed Emma was just angry. He figured sooner or later she'd come back and beg him. Until the night of the dinner, he showed up with Natalie in front of everyone. He humiliated Emma and forced her to admit she was wrong. But Emma only looked at him once, then she calmly walked away, because she no longer needed to prove anything. She just needed to watch him lose everything. A few days later, the shareholders meeting began. The man walked into the conference room. He still thought he was the one in control. He was even waiting for Emma to come back and apologize. But the person sitting across the table was Lucas. Lucas stood up and announced in front of everyone Emma had already transferred her 25% shares to him. From that moment, he became the largest shareholder of the gallery. Before the man could even react, the board removed him from his position, and the gallery he built himself was officially renamed the Sterling Gallery. Everything he built was taken right from under him. But that wasn't the end. Right after that, investigators showed up. The company's accounts had serious problems. The big deal Natalie brought in had a massive problem buried inside it. Only then did he realize trusting Natalie had put his entire company at risk. Then Lucas released a video publicly. It showed evidence of Natalie's secret deal with the partner and exposed how she had planned everything against Emma. That was when he finally understood he didn't lose everything because of Emma's revenge. He lost everything because he destroyed the one person who truly helped him. To cover the company's losses, he was forced to sign an agreement and put up all his assets to cover the damage. In just one day, he lost his company, he lost his fortune, and he lost the woman who once loved him the most. And Emma finally made everyone who hurt her pay in the quietest way possible. But no one knew, from the moment she signed that stock transfer agreement, the countdown had already begun.